Hey guys, how's it going? It's almost Christmas, almost New Year's, whatever holidays you celebrate. Happy holidays. For me, I'm just sitting in my car and waiting. I have about half an hour or so before I pick up my kids. And I'm so excited to share with you my favorite thoughts from this year. And I'm so excited about them because they create such amazing feelings. So if you try them on, you will also feel amazing. And I want to put a spotlight on these thoughts so that you can, it's kind of like a little present. You know, when someone gives you a beautiful sweater or scarves, you put it on and you feel beautiful, you feel good. The same thing with the thoughts. This is my little present for you guys for the holidays, so that you can kind of magnify these thoughts in your head, find where you think them already in your life, and copy paste them to other areas of your life and feel good, feel all these amazing feelings in more places in your life. Okay, so I'm going to start with my the latest favorite thought that I had, that I thought, oh my gosh, I have to share it with my people, is I thought, it's raining good things on me. Because a couple of things happened that were so amazing, made me so happy. I had such amazing, awesome thoughts about them that I thought, oh my gosh, it's raining good things on me. And then another thing happened, and another thing, and the next thing. And I just couldn't help but think that it's raining good things on me. So that thought made me feel really good. And what I love about this thought is that it really sets up your brain to look for examples of how this is true in your life, right? Like, someone, you get a present, for example, just random, right? Then you think, oh, it's raining good things on me. Now, the next time something happens that, say, someone gives you a smile or someone says something nice, then your brain will be like, oh, this actually fits in with this thought. It's raining good things on me. And it will tuck it into that file, and it will start beefing up the file of raining good things on you. As opposed to if you didn't have that thought, your brain might not notice, oh, someone smiled, whatever, move on to the next thing. It would just kind of dismiss it. It would not categorize it or remember it. And so that's why I love this one, because it kind of sets up your brain to look for more good things that are raining on you. I love it. Okay. This one thought is, I'm going to try this. This is such a, I think, kind of almost like an invisible thought, but because I think it would just blend in between all your other thoughts, right? You're like, oh, I'm going to try this. But I think if we actually kind of put it up there, in quotation marks on a blackboard or type it up on the screen, if we look at it, if we see it as a thought, then we can actually see the benefits of it. And the benefits of it are trying so many more things that otherwise you would have never tried in your life, and you would have never experienced or learned from trying those things. For example, if you want to do something, but you are afraid that it might be a waste of money or a waste of your time or a mistake, or you will fail, or I'm not sure how to do it, right? There's so many things that we want to try in our life that we then find an excuse not to do. And so then we don't do it. We just don't do it. And then it stays the same thing in your head, something that you wanted to try. But if we just implement this thought, I'm just going to try this, it allows us to learn so much more about that thing, right? About whether, move on in your life and find out, okay, yes, I'm glad I tried it. Now I know that I loved it, or I'm glad I tried it and I know that, I don't love it, or I'm going to try something different, right? That you will gather so much more information about what you like, what you don't like, and you are just a happier person because you're not afraid to fail. You're not afraid to waste money. You're not afraid to waste time. You're not afraid to make a mistake. You are just happier, more confident person just because you've done so many things. And so this thought, even though it might seem like not a kind of, it's like an invisible thought, I might say, but it's actually super powerful thought because it takes the pressure off of succeeding. It actually gives you permission to fail because, oh, hey, I just tried it. I didn't know what was going to happen. And so do lots of trying. Just try, right? Just like you tell your kids to try again, try a different way, read the instructions again, whatever. Same thing for you. Just try it. You never know what's going to happen. So that, I love this thought for myself. It helped me so much this year. So I love it. Okay, the next one is so cute. This thought. 2 words. So cute. Because this thought, when I say it, it makes this feeling in myself of like adoration or pleasure or enjoyment, right? Looking at something, looking at someone. It feels good. You know, you like something. So that thought is actually a super useful thought to help you enjoy things, right? I love this thought because it helps me connect with my kids when I want to remind myself that I love them and that I don't want to be frustrated or angry. I just bring myself back to, oh my gosh, they're so cute. So that one works. This next thought I love so much. I have the best husband ever. And this one, I must tell you, is a game changer because that is the label on the file that is very thick by now because I've become so good at looking for evidence and examples of how that's true all year round. And so now it just seems like the most truest thing that I have in my life is that I have the best husband ever. And now whenever he does something or says something, even if for someone else, I just say, oh my gosh, I have the best husband ever. It just straight away goes into that pile, into that folder, and makes me feel really good. I feel like I love him so much. I'm so lucky. There's no one better out there that I could have. I just feel like the luckiest woman in the world because I have the best husband ever. And so that is a thought that's available to you right now, anytime and all the time. And guess what? You don't have to have a different husband to believe this thought. That's such good news, right? Your husband doesn't have to change. He simply has to exist, right? And if he's there and you're lucky enough that he's there, you can start believing and building up little examples. They can be so little in the beginning, right? Put like one example in that folder and let it be there. Remember, it's there, right? If it's hard at first, if you are totally not in that space yet, start small. And so I want you to be aware of that thought and remember it and borrow it and experiment with it and make it your own. Change it the way it feels good for you because it has to feel good for you. Yeah. So I love that thought. And then the next thought is actually related to the last thought is you have the best papa ever. So for my kids, we call him Papa because I'm Russian and we call our dad Papa. So we don't call him dad or daddy or father, or we just say Papa. So I always tell my kids, oh my gosh, you guys have the best Papa ever. He loves you so much. And same thing here. A thick folder of those examples are just piling up on me. Here, I'm just doing this thing again with the raining good things on me. So same thing, when my husband does something for them or with them, or the answers their question, or they spend time with him or anything, I always think, oh my gosh, you have the best papa ever. And I say that to my kids whenever they tell me, oh, Papa fixed this for me, or Papa said this to me, or whatever. I'm like, oh, you have the best papa ever. And so not only am I actually building up an amazing feeling for myself, love for myself, for my husband, and connection, I am actually being an example and doing that, planting that into my kids' heads, because I believe it's true, and I think it's a very useful thing to believe and to spread and to cultivate in your life for your people, right? To actually actively build them up, not for their sake, for your own sake, so that you get to feel all this pride and connection and love and just being lucky and enjoying having that person in your life. So I love giving those thoughts and sentences to my kids. So I love that one for that reason. So next one is showers are my favorite. Now that one is a small example of something that you might like. For example, it could be a shower or a couch. You might like sitting on a couch. You might like a coffee or tea or like something that's like a small part of your day, but you like it so much that thinking about it actually makes you feel extra good, and like saying it makes you feel so happy. So that's what I do with showers. I love a good shower. Oh my gosh. It just feels so amazing at the end of the day. Even before dinner, I'm like, I'm ready. Bring it to me. I'm like, this is the best part. I feel so good. It kind of distresses me. It kind of like comforts me and kind of washes the day away and all those good things. I just feel like it's the most loving, comforting thing that I can do for myself at the end of the day. So I can't wait to have it. So sometimes I have it before dinner. I get into my comfy pajamas. And sometimes I just say, oh my gosh, I love showers. Showers are my favorite. And so I always ask my husband, like, how was your shower? Was your shower good? So I love putting a spotlight on things that you love because it makes you feel super duper happy. So that's my thought. Showers are my favorite. I love showers. So what is your favorite thing? And say it out loud. Tell people, tell yourself, because you'll feel good. Because you will you will actually magnify, you'll take the enjoyment of the shower and you will bring it out to the next moment in your life and feel good about that. Okay. Next one is, I love this one, is it's okay, I can take care of you. And this one is I say to myself when I need comfort, when I need to be heard, when I need to whine to myself. Actually, it's usually after whining. After I complain about a bunch to myself, I'm like, this sucks and this is hard and I don't want to do this and it's too much, blah, 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 right? I whine. Which I actually do in my head. I just tell myself when I feel like it's building up. Then afterwards, I tell myself, it's okay. I'll take care of you. And it feels really good. It feels like I'm listening. It feels like I'm heard. It feels comforting because I feel like someone's actually taking care of me. Someone's watching out for me. Someone's there for me to take care of me. And she knows how to take care of me best. She's like, don't worry, I'll get you out of these jeans, I'll get you a shower, nice comfy pajamas, we'll have nice dinner, and you'll just be nice and comfy, and I'll take care of you, it's okay. And as soon as I do that, I feel better, and all of a sudden, the world is not so overwhelming. So that sentence is, it's okay, I can take care of you, okay? Borrow that one if you need to. And again, notice how these are actually thoughts you can think anytime in your day and practice thinking them, practice saying them, and you can think them on purpose anytime. They're totally optional and available to you anytime, no matter what happens. Yeah. So just like clothing, right? They make you feel really good. So next one is, this is my favorite time, one of all time. I'm so happy I don't have to drink alcohol. You guys know, you've heard me talk about it before, but seriously, that sentence makes me feel super, super happy and good and relieved and proud. And I just feel like I found treasure with this thought. This thought freed me up to not do something that I didn't want to do. And it still feels like treasure to me because I am proud of the fact that I don't drink. I'm like, this is a badge of honor. I don't want to drink. I don't think it's something that needs to be socially acceptable. And I just love being that person. So anyway, if you do drink, it's not a judgment on you. It's simply a happiness that I awoke from that dream of having to drink. Do you know what I mean? I hope you do, because it's really not a judgment. I don't feel like I'm judging. I'm simply happy to, for example, I'm so happy that I don't have to wear that sweater anymore, right? If my whole life people told me, you have to wear sweaters, and I wore sweaters, and I'm like, oh, but I don't want to wear a sweater. I'm too hot. Like, it makes me feel tired or whatever, and because I'm hot, right? Then suddenly someone said, you don't have to wear a sweater. I was so happy. I'm like, really? Oh, thank God I don't want to wear a sweater. That's kind of how I feel. So that's where that happiness is coming from. So the next one is, I can trust myself now. So this one is thought that you can attach to a subject, right? For example, for myself, I did work this year on me and food, and I gained trust with myself, to trust myself around food, which I didn't have before. Before, in fact, I had a lot of deprivation and fear, oh my gosh, I'm gonna overeat, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get fat, and deprivation, like, oh, I shouldn't eat this, I'm gonna get fat, right? That was just some stuff that was there, and had me overeating, had me gaining weight, had me losing weight, had me seriously spinning in my head over and over and over for a few years, and not releasing me from the grip of that struggle. And so I now feel that it's true. I can actually trust myself around food. I can trust myself to have something sweet or something bready at one point of the day, and then I know, hey, I want a salad. I already had something that's kind of sweet or bready, and now I want a salad. I want to balance off my day, and I want to give my body what it needs. So I have that trust. So it's a sentence that I now fully believe. So same thing can apply to you on any other subject, is you can decide, I want to trust myself around this. And then you can either do work around it, you can get coaching, you can start trying to, practicing trusting yourself. There's so many ways for you to get to that trust, but I think it's only a matter of being open to it and doing the work and trying different things to gain that trust. So one way is for you to simply, say to yourself is, I trust myself. And so that's one of the thoughts that I want to offer to you, that is a thought available to everyone. You can simply say to yourself, I trust myself. The next one is, I can do it. I love this one because it makes me feel capable and confident. And I, believe it or not, I am a life coach, and I am here talking and teaching and everything, and putting all my ideas out there. But I was not confident for many years, and I still have some areas in my life that I am not confident about. And so that is why this year I specifically wanted to feel more confident around making money. And so I have actually gained that feeling with this thought. So I love this thought because it feels reassuring, it feels grounded, it feels true. And so I love it because it is good for me. It creates good results, right? So remember, all the thoughts that we're thinking create the feelings, and those feelings will fuel everything you do in your life, right? So that's why they're very important. So how you talk to your kids, how you talk to your husband will be fueled by how you're feeling. If you're feeling capable, then you're probably going to be, and that means you're thinking good things about yourself, then you're going to show up so much nicer to other people in your life if you think nice thoughts about yourself. That's just how I see it. And I believe it's true. So the other one is, you're a good boy. I honestly, it's so funny. I actually started saying it to my husband a couple times. And it was so funny. It felt weird because I say that to my kids. I say, you're such a good boy. I actually tell them every day, you're such a good boy. I love you so much. You know how much I love you, right? So I tell them, you're a good boy. And that sentence, you're a good boy, that feels really good for me. I want to cultivate thinking good things about my people. And so that statement is so simple, but so true. And I believe that you can apply that statement to anyone, even people who have done murder and all those things. And I believe that you can still find the goodness in those people because it's still there. It's not like they're 100% bad. And so because it's the truth in every person, it is super useful to remember that truth because it feels good. Okay, so simple statements, they're super general, are very easy to believe. For example, about your husband. If you are annoyed by your husband and you can't find the love in yourself right now, a good vague statement that you can think about him could be, he's a man, you know. You don't even have to say he's a good man. If you don't believe he's a good man, you can just say he's a man. You can say he's a man who sometimes does nice things and sometimes not nice things, right? You can start general. And so this is what I want you to take away from this, is that these simple statements are really powerful because it's easier for our mind to believe them because they're vague, right? For example, you know, there are people in the world, right? That's a statement. And that's easy to believe because your mind agrees with it. It's like, yeah, it's true. There's people in the world, right? So when you tell your mind, oh, my husband is a man, your mind agrees with it and feels good. So that's a good first step in the direction of feeling good. So then you tell yourself, okay, my husband is a man. Okay, agreed, feel good. My husband is sometimes a good guy. Oh, okay, your mind's like, okay, all right, okay, I'll give you that one, right? So then you slowly start to move in that direction and give your mind the evidence for how it's true. And then one day you're going to be like, my husband is the best man in the world. And like, here's 1,000 pieces of evidence and it's just true. But you have to start small. So that one sentence was, it's a good boy. And actually, funny story, I was shoveling a walk a couple of weeks ago and my neighbor was walking by and she said, good girl. And it actually felt so good. She said, you're a good girl. And I'm not a girl, right? I'm a woman. But it felt so good for someone to tell you you're a good girl because it speaks to your innocent part. It speaks to your part where you want to do good. It speaks to your pure nature and the fact that you are good. You're like, oh my gosh, someone sees that I'm good. That feels seriously amazing. So that's the other thing I should have put on here, is that I'm a good girl. Like, tell yourself that whenever you do something good for yourself or anyone. And I feel like it's even better saying that I'm a good mom. No, you're simply a good girl for doing that, for whatever. You just simply are a good girl. And like what I tell my kids, you're a good boy, and I don't even give them a reason. I just say you're just a good boy, right? So I love it. Okay, I have 2 more left. Hang in with me. Well, this one is a funny one. So I call my husband sometimes my boyfriendo because it feels exciting to me. It feels playful. It feels sexy. It feels not as serious as being married. Because when I got a boyfriend, I was so proud of it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have a boyfriend. This is so exciting. And I have a good one. And oh my gosh, things are so, new and exciting. And it's just that newness of it. That thought, my boyfriendo, and I tell the kids that. He's like, this is my boyfriendo. That thought creates that feeling of newness for me. It might not for you, but there is a thought out there that might create that for you, like that new feeling or excitement or romance, right? Something that brings it back, like when you started dating. You can generate that for yourself. And I do say that about him a lot. When my kids ask me, I don't remember what they ask me, but I say, oh, this is my boyfriend, or just like when I'm hugging him. And I actually am more playful with him, like in my actions, because I hug him or I sit on his lap and kind of like ditch all responsibility and just hang out with my boyfriend, just like we used to in the old days. So I love that thought because it generates such fun, light, loving energy for me. And then I show up like that with my husband, and I am simply spending time in that energy on purpose so that we have like a fun relationship. I love it. My boyfriendo. And the last one I wrote down here is I'm done. This thought, I'm done with this. The reason why I love this thought is because I used it in ending my struggle with the food, and I decided I just want to be done. I want to be done with the food. Done, 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 done. I don't want to have to worry about food. I don't want to have to think about food. I simply want to be free of the whole thought drama, worry, weight loss, weight gain. I just want to be done and that problem solved, and I just feel good and I never have to think about it. And that's exactly what I got. Now, it's 2 sentences. I'm done and I can trust myself. That's it. I've solved that problem. I've moved on. And now these sentences feel true. They feel freeing. And because they feel true, there is no more food drama. There's no more food chatter in my head. Sometimes if it comes up in my head, I simply remind myself, oh, it's fine. I can trust myself. I'm fine. I got this. I can handle it. I will balance it out and I don't have to worry. So that's how I address that. So I love that thought because that thought allowed me to let go of many years of the whole struggle with the food and the weight that was in my head. And so I really love copy pasting that thought to any other part in your life where you have problems, right? So in my head, I can then, whatever problem or struggle that I have, I can simply say to myself, I want to be done with this. How do I solve this? Let's think about it. Let's brainstorm. Let's get some help. Let's get some different thoughts. Like everything is solvable. That's the other thought. Everything is solvable. So how can I be done with this struggle? Yeah. So I love that thought. So I really do wish for you guys that it rains good things on you. And I wish that you also feel capable, that you also feel fun and loving and playful with your husband, that you feel that cuteness in your kids, and just pay attention to your thoughts that feel good, and then you can come up with your own list of your own favorite thoughts that feel amazing and share them with me. I would love to know what your thoughts are, and maybe I'll borrow some of them. I love good feeling thoughts. So I hope you enjoy that list. And if you need any help, of course, I'm always here for you. And I can help you look at all your thoughts that don't feel good and find the thoughts that do feel good, and really, really, really help you connect with the people in your life, not just your son, but anyone really. And so I'm always here for you. You can find me on my website, www.coachingnatalia.com, and go sign up for a free mini session and find a time that works for you, and we'll chat. Okay, guys? Well, I love you, and Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I'll see you soon. Bye.